comments this way. All right, everybody, we are doing our Saturday morning walk around here on Fort Myers Beach. You can see that beautiful view right there. And we're in Matanzas Street and Matanzas Court. And our walk around this morning is sponsored by Power Block Builders. Thank you to Oscar and those guys at Power Block Builders. And our tour guide today, Dale Weidling.
Good morning.
Dale, how are you?
Excellent.
And Dale, this is your, what used to be your house.
Used to be.
Yeah, so why don't we take a walk over there and
Sure.
take a look at your dock and the whole thing, and you can explain to us what you had here.
Yeah. So we had originally built in 1951, the same little box beach cottage that this whole little street had before. It was lifted in the 70s up a little bit, a couple rooms put below it. We bought it about 2.5 years ago. We actually had one around the cul-de-sac over there before.
Oh, you owned a house over there too before you bought this one?
That empty lot over there too.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
All
our
right.
first snowbird house, and that first COVID spring, we were down here, and our three boys, Mitch, Will, and Robbie, came down from around the country. A couple of them were in college, finishing up. One working in Boston, and then they brought their girlfriends, which are now fiancés, and we spent 8 weeks in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house with 8 of us. Figured out how much we love it down here, and then also figured out we need a little bit more room. So
Okay.
had the opportunity to move over here on the bay.
So you had, you called it the $1 million view right here out your back window.
Right here at kind of a classic little Florida room in the front there, all glass across the front. We just love to sit here and watch the beach.
Oh, geez, yeah. How about that
shrimp
view?
Boats go by, the pirate ship go by.
Now, your dock did okay. You were explaining to me before we started. How did that happen?
Yeah, the dock itself did great. It was rebuilt before we bought it in 2017, and it's super well built by Stokes. Really nice job. Unfortunately, I had a 25-foot Robalo at the end of it.
That's a
so
boat. That's a boat brand, a nice boat brand.
Yeah, exactly. Center hull console, kind of fishing style boat, and the lift at the end ultimately failed, and the boat toppled into the water and sank, and so we lost that. So.
Right. So your neighbors here to this side, this house looks pretty damaged.
Yeah. Those are they happen to coincidentally be from the same suburb of Columbus where we used to live before we moved down here full time. But they put this up for sale a couple weeks ago. So
What's it for sale for?
I think I saw the listing. It was $2.999. I think.
$3 million.
Yeah.
Take it as is, and either fix it, or you
Yeah.
think it's above the 50%, or it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I couldn't hazard a guess. I don't know how they made out inside or not.
Yeah. We got some folks. Now, you guys used to live here.
Yes.
Tell us.
740 Matanzas.
Okay.
That was, used to many years ago. So it was sad to see the house when it was taken off of its pilings and rested about a house or two away from where it originated to see the pilings. So it's just sad to see, all the people in the houses that we used to know.
Right.
Gone.
Yeah. We're going to take a walk around. Good morning. How are you? Ed Ryan from Beach Talk Radio. Nice to see you, Pam. Thanks for allowing us to walk through your neighborhood. All right, Dale, where are you taking us? Let's
Let's start
okay.
with Pam. She
Oh,
lives
Pam.
right there.
I live right there.
tell us about your house. How'd you do in the storm?
I think overall we were very lucky. We have some damage, and we're waiting desperately for a permit,
Okay.
which we've been working on for 2 months. And we just have some crunched in walls and one blowout wall.
Okay.
But if you walk over that way, you'll see.
Okay.
But overall, I feel we were very fortunate.
And are you living in the trailer, or you're able to live in the house? Okay.
We've been living in the house.
Very nice.
Since December.
How'd your dock do?
I'm sorry.
How'd your dock do?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It was done. We did it over in 2017. Same time this one was done in that one, but I had no boat.
Okay.
On mine, and maybe that's why it was saved. I don't know, but we were fortunate in that way too.
All right. Why don't we take a look at how your house did? And I hope you guys can hear okay. Just type in there if you can hear. I'm sorry?
I was going to say, we raised this house.
Oh, you did?
Yes, that's why it,
You think it did okay?
yes, I do.
Now, when did you raise it?
2003.
Okay.
And I feel strongly that the posts that you can see in here,
Yeah.
you know, that really helped.
Okay.
Everything-
Now this.
that was crunched by a car. We had left our car in the garage.
Yeah.
And it danced.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it danced and crunched against the wall, I guess.
Do you have any idea how high the water came up in your house?
Probably 14 feet.
14 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and all the way back. And then that was ruined. And see, way in the back, you can see there's another. The whole wall is gone back there.
Yeah.
So we just are hoping that we get a permit.
Yeah. So this is a dumb question, obviously,
No,
because I'm a dummy.
I might
So
have a
your
dumb answer.
your house that part of your house used to be on the ground, and somehow you lifted that all the way up. Is that what you mean? Is that how the whole thing got
Yes.
lifted?
Yes. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
To be perfectly honest, I wasn't even here. We hired a wonderful contractor.
Oh, you didn't get around the house, and about 20 of you just pick it up like that? I'm just
No,
kidding.
it didn't work out quite like that.
All right.
Not quite.
So when do you so what do you need a permit for? Just to get all the work done on the bottom?
That's what I'd like to know.
Yeah.
No, to do that, to do that, to do that.
Yeah.
And they're even questioning the vinyl siding. You know.
What do you mean questioning?
I really want that vinyl siding done because it's going to rain.
Yeah.
And pretty soon it's going to rain in there.
But what do you mean they're questioning it?
Well, they were talking about the types of vinyl siding that are out there today. I guess
The town?
yes,
Yeah.
the permitting department. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So, is anyone living in the trailer there, or? I see.
Not now.
You
My
wanna-
daughter-in-law and my
I see.
son were here.
Very nice.
Oh, for helping us.
Mm-hmm.
And so right now they're not in there.
How long have you lived on the beach?
My husband will tell me. 1999.
Oh, wow, long time.
1997. Yeah, long time.
When you came home to,
Beyond it became calm. The condo, that yellow condo over there. We
Right.
found over there first.
what makes you stay after coming back and seeing all the damage? Why not just take the $9 million you can get for this house?
Yeah, sure.
If you ask for it, you probably get it.
My husband loves it. I'm not quite as enthusiastic as he is.
I see.
But he loves it here, and he doesn't really want to leave. So
Gotcha.
we will stay. We will try. If we just will get a permit, and then, of course, this driveway, you come down the driveway in the car like,
There used to be grass here, right?
this has always been stone, but it was
Nice stone.
decent-looking
Yeah.
stone. You know, Debbie would, she lived next door, and it never looked like this, let me tell you.
Yeah. Well, you showed me pictures of your house before, and there was total green grass over
It has
there.
beautiful grass.
Yeah.
It's fun, you know, all in nice shape and everything. So they had an incredible front yard. Dick loves to garden. He had
Yeah.
beautiful trees with orchids in them and
Mhm.
mango trees and stuff.
The trees,
All that stuff
they
like
were
that.
beautiful.
This isn't one of those
It's a gumbo limbo.
It is a gumbo limbo tree, and it survived,
Well, I
except for
don't
it's
know.
naked.
I don't know if it's going to. We're hoping.
A couple little green sprouts.
This is the tree of Fort Myers Beach, isn't it? It's like the mascot tree.
Yeah.
Is that another one right there too?
No, that one is a. It's the one with the red flowers on it. It's a Royal Ponciano.
Okay, of course, I knew that.
Yes.
Where's Dick, by the way? Is he up sleeping? Let's go wake his ass up. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna call him.
All right,
I
Dale.
got up at 10 up. I'm like, oh my god.
Thank you for showing us your house.
Want to just cut
Yeah,
across?
let's.
Well,
We're
thank
gonna
you.
walk across. Thank you.
for looking, and maybe one of these days we'll get a permit.
When you get your permit and you get it all fixed up, we're gonna come back and see the after picture.
That would be very nice.
So this is Michael and Barbara Kerr's. Barbara had the house first. She's had it probably 40 years, and it was one of those original, the beach boxes, elevated, pretty much the same house as ours, and a lot of these were. And then they just put a nice addition on the side. And after Ian, it was kind of caved in like a big V, so
Mhm.
they ultimately had to tear it down. And they have a home over in Miami as well, so they're back in.
So
Miami.
far, your house and this house already 2 houses that are gone.
Torn down, yeah. Well, third, the old house that we had over there. I think think I counted the other day, there's about 29 houses in here, and I think 19 of them either completely just floated away in the storm down to the ground or have since been torn down. There's probably 2 more, I'm guessing, because of the FEMA rule, will end up having to be torn down.
So that's did you say 19?
Out of the 29.
So 21 out of 29 houses on these 2 little streets
Yeah.
are going to be down.
I think so. Yeah, when it's all said and done, most likely.
Wow.
And a lot of these were literally gone. I think it was your old house was literally a yard and a half away, the whole house. Loretta's in the corner.
Now, before we talk about any of the other houses, of course, you can see the Best Western is right across the street here.
Yeah.
Do you think that the storm surge just came straight across the street here and totally? I mean, were there houses in front of it? Were there other houses right here, or was it totally open?
Yeah.
No.
So this lot here between this and what you see in the other canal, there were 4 there. There were 2 on our street, and then the little side cut court over there, there was 2 on the canal. These were all gone or across the street, just floated off their foundations.
They were all in the front yards here. That picture that you had on, the computer
Right.
video was said 1,000 words. I mean, to see those roofs and all those houses, it's an amazing picture.
Yeah, there's a great aerial shot. Actually, it ended up on the national news. There was a drone shot down. And I think the houses on the bayside here almost ended up like a dam. It just overpowered it and kind of got stuck here. So from the base of all of our houses along here, back all the way out to the street, it was 15 to 20 feet of rubble, houses, roofs, all that stuff just piled up because I think the surge couldn't get through fast enough and it was blocked.
Do you think it was 14-ish feet all the way through here from the Gulf to the bay?
Yeah, we're I think 2 feet off of sea level officially, and we had about 2 feet of water at a scum line on the boards in the second story.
Second story. Now, when you rebuild, how high do you got to go?
I think it's 15 or 16 from sea level.
And underneath it, you'll be able to have parking.
A garage. Yeah,
That's it.
basically,
Breakaway walls if you have anything,
correct.
and then
Yep.
your cars. And
Yep.
I don't mean to chuckle, but you said you moved your car off the island to ABC Liquor, which is all the way on the other side of Walmart.
Right.
And it still got destroyed.
Yeah, a little old BMW convertible, and put it up to what I thought was high ground.
Yeah.
Came back, and the cup holders and back seat were full of seawater. So that was total.
Just keep kicking you in the teeth, right?
Exactly.
Jeez. All right, so we have one house here that looks like it's okay. It was these. Is this 2 houses?
No, that's one house here. The gray's a separate one. Yeah. So they had same damage everybody had below, but their upstairs stayed intact. It's up high enough, so they're trying to sort things out and work through that.
Folks, this is the first time I've done this horizontally, and we can't really see your comments. So if you're watching and it's okay, just let me know somehow that you're watching and it's okay this way. I don't have to turn the phone the other way. So, are they living in the house now? Or?
They don't. They 2 generations of family. They all live from Illinois out to Wyoming and California. So they've been coming, trying to deal with that remotely and sort it out. And their cars that they floated out or yanked them out or whatever. So it's pretty hard when it's all remote.
What's this big block here?
That's the pool for the house next door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's an interesting setup. I don't think I've ever seen that on a street where your pool is in a big block like
those
that.
Elevated pools a lot on the water side.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is on the back side. Same thing. I suspect their upstairs is okay, but they're downstairs like everybody.
Okay.
Pretty damaged there.
Now this is like a cul-de-sac over here, and
there's
it's
like 3 little cul-de-sacs.
Okay.
Actually. There's 2 at that end and 1 at this end.
and so in the middle here, you were saying how many houses were here that aren't here now?
Yeah, Larry and Paula actually started on the corner there. They're from Chicago, and then they had acquired the house that was next door. Both of those were floated off the foundation. Actually, I think it was one of them ended up in the yard over here, pretty much the whole house. The Richardsons were fortunate. They actually the same builder we're going to use, Daniel Wayne, did a beautiful job there. So it did what it was supposed to do. The
Yeah, the house looks great.
But yeah,
Yeah. Is this,
it looks great other than his landscape. Yeah.
Is this Mr. Richardson coming down the driveway now? Mr. Richardson.
Good morning, Ed.
Your house looks fabulous.
It looks a little better than it did
Yeah.
right after the hurricane.
Tell us how you guys did through the storm.
You know, overall, I think we did okay. Everything on the bottom, of course, blew out.
Yeah, like
Every
we're supposed
door.
to.
Yep.
Were your cars in the garage, or did you move them?
We had no vehicles. We had actually gone home about a week before the hurricane.
Okay.
Didn't know it was coming. So we went home to Minnesota, and hurricane hit, and drove our motorhome 2 days after the hurricane, and just flew back and forth a couple times. But we've been basically living down here since October.
Much damage below?
Well, yeah. I mean, pool equipment. This was all new sod.
Yeah.
We had moved in. We had closed 3 weeks before the hurricane hit, so it was brand new construction. So overall, the house did really good.
And you have a mailbox, which I haven't really seen many of. Did you just put that in? Or?
I put it in about a couple weeks ago when I
Okay.
heard they were going to start delivering
Tuesday.
mail.
Tuesday they're going to start mail delivery. Is what I heard from the vice mayor yesterday.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
So
If you have a mailbox, you might get mail on Tuesday. Of course, it's a postal service, so you never really know what's going to happen. So,
how true.
and it looks like you had some nicely new construction homes in front of you. Do you think they blocked some of the debris and stuff that
I
came
do
your way?
believe they blocked quite a bit of it. So I think, like Dale was probably telling you, this house here ended up about 100 yards
Yeah.
out into the bay.
Obviously, an older house.
Yeah, that one, I think Loretta had built that. It was like 58.
And are they rebuilding, or are they selling the property?
She was 87 years old. I've talked to her son a few times, and he's going to sell.
Okay.
He's going to wait till the market kind of smooths out, and then he's going to sell.
You should just put it up for $10 million. I mean, people are throwing stupid money around right now, and
True.
so there was just one house next year, or was there another one there
There was
too?
one there, and then there was Greg had a house back in this, basically
Okay.
back in that.
Is
corner.
Greg rebuilding, or?
I don't know.
I don't. We haven't got an answer from them yet. Yeah. So Greg and his wife actually owns a little motel in the corner. There's an 8 or 10 unit, beautiful.
On this side of the street.
Yeah, at the end of Matanzas Street.
What was it
across
called?
Best Western. Was it
Island House.
Island
Okay.
House? Yeah. Lovely
And-
little place, little pool.
And
pool,
so what happens to
skateboard.
that? Are they going to be able to rebuild that with the codes and the rules and all that, or it's
I
all?
have no idea what
yeah.
to do with commercial at this point.
Right. Right.
But it was totally washed away. I mean, it's gone not just because it was torn out; it was washed
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. So
yeah,
two more
one,
houses here are
two,
gone.
The third in the corner there, where you see that was their driveway. So another house there, and yeah, Loretta's ended up in the middle of a dock down here. It was like the Wizard of Oz, where the Wicked Witch, the house lands on her.
Oh, no kidding.
It was
Didn't land on anybody,
perfect
did it?
dock. No, but it was perfect dock. The house sitting squarely in the middle of it, and then perfect dock at the end. It was bizarre.
You got any pictures of that you
I
can
do.
send me?
Yeah, I can.
So on this piece of property here, was there a house there, or
Well,
it looks like it was?
Yeah,
Just
so
property?
Mike and Cindy had a house here in the empty lot, and they had bought this and
Okay.
raised the house that was there before, and were planning on building their dream home over here.
I
And
see.
So in the meantime, they had sold their home out of state, were living here full time, and lost their beautiful beach house here.
So when you say raised, you don't mean raised like this house was raised. You mean they knocked it down?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're going to build something here, most likely, because they were planning on that originally. Yeah.
I think so. I haven't talked to them for a little bit, but
And then they have two empty pieces of property.
Right.
Where are they staying?
they're up in Gulf Harbor on McGregor, same place we ended up
Yeah.
moving into.
All right. So these houses on the end. This one looks like it
Yeah, it's pretty high, so
Yeah. damage
guess
on the
they'll be
bottom
able
there.
to work their way through it. Yeah. Yeah, and then you can see, the next street over, which is very similar to our street, was pretty well beat up as well.
Got a little canal here.
Yep. Yeah, canal that wraps around. It's kind of interesting. This little block, if you look at it aerial, it's almost an island within the island. Just the bridge that you came across
Okay.
separates the canal that wraps all the way around.
You know, you just learn about the little gems that are hidden on
Yeah.
Fort Myers Beach every time I come out and do one of these. Like
Yeah.
you didn't. I mean, of course, there was more stuff blocking it. There were houses and trees probably too, and you
Right.
never know to go back there. You know, just don't go driving through people's neighborhoods.
Yeah.
But it is.
It was our little oasis that
Yeah.
we were pointing 1.6 miles from Times Square.
Right.
So we could go in and have all the fun down there, and
Right.
then walk back to our peaceful little neighborhood here.
And it's probably far enough away where the noise isn't crazy. I mean,
yeah, really no noise out of there.
All right. Now, those houses on the other side of the canal are on a different street.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Carlos Circle, I think is the name.
it's a very nice house right there. And they
Yeah,
look
it
like
is.
they did pretty well. Modern house.
Yep.
Two right
yeah,
next to one
you know,
another.
what you see is any of the newer construction did what it was supposed
Right.
to do, right? The doors flew out. Maybe they lost the, some sliding glass windows, some
On the-
stucco and stuff, but structurally they did really well. So that's what's given us confidence, that we can rebuild.
Yeah, be okay for the next one.
Yeah.
You hear people talk about the cottages that are lost and the smaller houses like that, and it's true. I mean, they're all gone and they're never coming back.
Yeah.
And you just can't rebuild them like that because they have to be able to withstand something like this. Because there might not be a category 4, but it could be a category 1 or 2, and
Right.
it doesn't take much with those older houses.
Really badly for those people, especially retirees or later in life, or maybe the house was passed down through
Yes.
a couple generations, and they won't have a choice. And it's, I hate to say it's the right thing to do in the long term to get, the homes where they need to be to withstand that kind of stuff. But it's, unfortunately going to force a lot of people out.
Yeah. Yep. All right, let's head on down to the other side of the road here. And
Here, this is the only house we have. I mean,
okay,
the only house. We don't go north.
where did you go?
Rochester, New York.
That's where you went when you knew the storm was
No,
coming.
No, I'm sorry. We're from Rochester, New York.
Okay.
No, where did we go? Oh, we were silly. We went over across from Health Park. There's Lexington Country Club. We had friends that lived over there, and we were there, and we stood inside there watching the water come up, the steps, because she was on the second floor.
Okay.
And we lost a car over there too. My husband parked the car on a driveway on an angle, and went out the next morning and said,
Yeah.
it was down the street in
One of the-
somebody's garage.
One of the first videos I saw, I don't know, the day of, or people taking videos that were inside their house, was a big red SUV floating in the water. That's when you knew it was more than just a regular storm, and you see cars floating down the street.
Yeah.
I don't think a single car that was on this island survived. I hadn't heard of one that made it. When you first come home after the storm and you see what you see, I mean, it's got to be. What's that feeling like? I mean, I hate asking people that, but I just
Yeah.
can't imagine it.
You're kind of in shock. I mean, we came every day, tried. We were fortunate that our structure stood and we were able to go in and get clothing and stuff. That was fun. Had an external staircase and that washed away, so I had to take an A-frame later and haul things out one box at a time up and down the ladder. But we felt really fortunate because we could get to clothes and some of the things that were up above and save some things, which unfortunately so many people didn't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
But walking, we had to park at the base of the bridge and had our kids' little red wagon and we load it up and take trips back and forth. The first few days was like walking through a Midwest snowstorm.
Sure.
You couldn't see road; it was so full of snow.
It was a Mad Max movie the first few days after. It was it was like being in a desert.
Yeah,
We were surprised they were letting us on.
yeah.
When I felt sorry for the people when they said you have to walk across the bridge, and we're nearby the bridge.
Yeah.
Where some of those people, they walked 5 miles down to get their stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah, I know
we were
people,
watching them
yeah.
haul it back. They
Yeah.
were dying.
Yeah, some people that just came over the bridge the first time and they just wanted to go see how their house was, and
Right.
the only way they could do it on the south end was walking.
Right.
And if you live on 5 miles down, and then they weren't allowed to stay at that time. They weren't allowed to stay, so they had to walk all the way back. Is this your husband?
My husband, yeah.
It's about time you got up, Dick. What were you doing in there?
Get out. People are going to talk about this.
Yeah.
That's the street. That's hard.
So it's your
Then they closed it for like a week.
right.
Right move for the search and
Yes.
recovery and all. And so when we came back, the streets were cleared. But for all of us here, we had debris from the street to all these houses, 15, 20 feet high roofs, houses, debris.
Yeah.
So you couldn't really get to your house. There was one little access point, so we could walk the seawall in the back to get into the
No kidding.
into the houses.
And it
So-
had to be totally dangerous because you don't know what you're going to be stepping on.
You got here, you still couldn't go there.
Right.
You had to go all the way down and walk.
Oh, wow.
On the seawall. Yeah.
And people said they, trying to crawl over the debris. The adjusters trying to climb. You can't get over it. Oh, well, I'll try.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. I ended up actually buying, some shoes that wouldn't let nails rip
Sure.
across them
Yeah.
and things.
Yeah.
Trips in and out. So, yeah, and then on this side, there was a large unoccupied house there.
Okay.
That owner owned this and had a long-term resident leasing. And here, both of those obviously gone.
You know, we were talking about this before we started. Right in the middle of all these houses that are
Yeah.
gone sits this nice. Is it a cottage? It's a nice little small
Yeah,
pink
Stephen
house, and it
Island.
looks fine.
Steve and Renee from Iowa, yeah, so they love this place here, and it did fare well. I think they were just in the right path with trees and structures over here that bore the brunt of some of the heavier
Yeah.
push. They obviously had floodwater that they cleaned out.
Even the grass is
Well,
already.
they put new sod in.
Oh, okay. That's no. I was going to say, how did that happen? All the other grass is
The
gone.
dog, they wanted to get their lawn back in
For sure.
Did they lose any of their bottom windows on the first floor?
I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
So there was obviously some bigger houses here blocking the debris that wound up in your yard.
Yep, and a tree line and all, right? So I think in terms of things knocking into it, I think it got spared.
Yeah.
So.
And so this now we're on Matanzas
This is
Street or
Matanzas
court?
Yeah,
All right.
Street is out to the beach and court is back in here.
Okay.
So two little cul-de-sacs on this end and one on that end.
And we're not too far from Old San Carlos, or are we? Yeah, we're probably about a mile, half a mile.
Half
so?
a mile. That's
Yeah.
a half a mile walk out and down to Times Square.
Okay. And 725 over there, pretty big house. They
Yep.
look like they're built to code and
Yep. They did well. Other, same typical
first floor.
doors breaking out below. Actually, the canal here, take a left at the dead end, and it takes you in behind San Carlos into
Okay.
that
Yep.
lagoon in there. Right. So there were two homes here, one in the water on the canal there, one in the front. This one ended up literally over here, halfway on the driveway. Whole house just floated over to it.
Now, 750, is it below the 50%, you think? Or are they going to be able to keep it? Or
Yeah, I
it's
don't.
an unknown?
I don't know. I mean, it had to have had water pretty high.
Yeah.
I don't want to venture into guessing what people are
Yeah.
doing, but
So you got a for sale sign here at the end of the cul-de-sac?
yeah. So that home's gone. Beautiful house with a couple structures over here. Awesome setup that they had. Nice long water line on the canal there with boats and all. You can see from the pavers and all. A really nice corner lot and set it up really cool.
That house right there is gigantic.
Yeah, on the other side there.
It's hard for me to tell. Is that on our side of
That's
Estero?
the other side. Yeah, it's
Estero
on the other side of
Boulevard?
the canal right here.
Okay. All right.
But
Gotcha.
on this side of Estero.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this was just rebuilt about 2 years ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And
An
I heard
interesting.
it's in contract. I don't know that for sure.
Okay. It's an interesting looking structure.
Yeah.
Was that closed off on the bottom and
Yeah.
the water came through, or was it built that way?
Actually, I think it was enclosed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this one looks like they're trying to save.
Yep.
724.
Yep.
Now, you were telling me that Bonnie was staying somewhere.
She was in this corner here. Yeah.
Okay.
in this,
And everybody knows
home that
Bonnie.
was in here. Yeah.
Everybody knows Bonnie from Plaka and the story about how she passed away in the storm, but it was at this location here where there's no longer a house.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
right here in the spot here.
Yes, correct. And then you can see straight through next to the Best Western. There were two rows.
Yes.
Three. On each side there was 3 beach houses that went up to the Gulf there.
All gone.
They were all gone. The only one was standing. There was one that was oddly high, super high up on stilts, and so that box was up there. Of course, there were no stairs or anything left to go get to it, and that came down about a month ago.
And now I believe that the town just passed some special ordinance where they're going to be able to rebuild something there that they wouldn't have.
Yeah, we have new neighbors. We hadn't met them when they were on the beach, but they live right by us in the condo that we bought up the road off McGregor. Similar setup, just down a little bit, and the city has been working with them to give them some variance
Right.
to build to. They do. It comes with some limitations
Sure.
and all, but at least they can do something.
Yeah, I mean, it was when they were. I think I did a walk around at this condo here. Is that Beta Beach there? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were telling me that there were 2 rows of houses there, and you looked over, and they were all gone.
Yep.
And they were all gone, and so it's nice to see that they're going to be able to build something over there that's not
Yeah.
going to be, another big building.
Right.
So.
And by gone, I mean like they weren't torn down other
Right.
than one. They
Right.
were literally just gone. Which is what filled our yards over here. That's where it
Right.
came through.
Right. So what's the process going to be? Well, first of all, you were telling us about debris cleanup and how.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I actually used them twice. I used them once to ask them to come get stuff out of the bay right in front of us, and they brought a barge in and cleaned a lot of the heavy stuff out. But we also asked them to take our home down because with the 50% rule, there was no chance we were going to be able to do much with that. So it was a great process. Started it online. They followed up very nicely every time. They kept us informed of the progress, and so we had a subcontractor. Subcontractor I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
Great job. Tore it down in one day. Cleaned it up within a week, so it was a really good experience for us.
Now, how long do you think it'll take for you to build a house?
Well, let's see how long it takes to get permitting.
I
first.
see. That's
And
been
then,
that's been going on a lot here. The word permit, the P word we call it.
Yes, and I think once we get through that, probably 16 or 18 months. Is
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you guys for inviting me in the neighborhood, and I wish you all good luck with your homes and all that. So thank you so much, Dale, for the tour. We
Well,
appreciate
thank you
it.
and Kim. I mean, you have been a lifeline for all of us out on the beach. The information that's come out of you has helped us
Well, thank you.
immensely deal with this, and still does, continues
Thank
to.
you.
So we really appreciate it.
We'll keep doing that. I appreciate you saying that. If I remember, I'll pass it along to Kim and say that you gave her a compliment. But sometimes those things, I forget them. So thank you guys again, and thank you to Oscar Power Block Builders for sponsoring our walk around. And we'll see you at 11 o'clock at Wahoo Willie's. Thank you guys.
Thank you.